and early Monday morning. I've been offline for a couple of days for Rosh Hashanah. Heading to Tel Aviv now for some superstar meetings. A meeting with Ben Lang, who's kind of like the prodigy of Israeli tech for a couple of years. Now he's still young, but he's not like 16 anymore. Now he's in Silicon Valley. Then I'm meeting Marina Boykis, who was at Billgard, and then she was the spokesman, or worked with the spokesman for the IDF and worked with them on marketing and PR and other things in many languages, and a couple of other really amazing meetings. So it's going to be a really great day. Pretty pumped about it. Join me. Here we go. I made it to Tel Aviv, and you know me, I take pride in finding good parking. So there's this whole line of cars here, and I'm driving down. WeWork is that way, and guess where my parking spot is? Last one in the line, baby. The mother of all parking spots. Love it. Made it to Tel Aviv. I'm sitting here at WeWork waiting for Ben Lang to arrive, and I thought I'd share something beautiful that I've heard recently from someone. I actually can't remember who I heard it from, but it is beautiful. So I think I once talked about lessons you can learn from a candle here on the vlog, which is that if you have a network, a lot of people view their network as something they need to kind of hold close to them and not let other people in, but in reality it's like a candle. When a candle gives its fire, it loses nothing, and like a candle, you should be giving to others. In reality, contrary to what most people believe, you actually don't end up losing. And when I met with Christoph from IBM Ventures a couple of weeks ago, he added to that and he said, not only that, but if you don't end up giving others and giving your fire to others, you end up burning out yourself. And I love that nice little addition. So I thought I'd share that with you, but kind of reminded me of something else, which is that, you know, there are things in our, I guess, mundane day-to-day lives that you can learn pretty profound lessons from, and one of them is a bicycle. I once heard a story, and I can't remember who I heard it from, but that a student came to school on his bike, and apparently the school had a no bike policy, so he kind of tried to hide it from the principal or from one of the teachers, and when the teacher or the principal saw that he came on a bike, he said, don't hide the bike. Bike is actually something you can learn some valuable lessons from. And the student said, what do you mean? He said, like a bike in life, when you're going uphill, it's always more difficult, it's always more challenging. That means you're going uphill. When it's hard, that means you're being challenged, that means you're growing. When you're going downhill, it's always easy. It's always easy to just go down. And there's no such thing as standing still. If you stand still, you fall. I love that. I thought that was a really meaningful and spot-on lesson for life, and definitely for entrepreneurship. You know, it doesn't get any easier, but when it's the hardest, when it's the most difficult, is when you know that you're going the most uphill. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. Should be meeting Ben in a couple of minutes, and I will hopefully get the guy on camera. He's kind of a big deal. But I just love the lesson we can learn from both a candle and a bicycle. Two things you kind of see and use regularly and you just never really think about. But a candle you can give without losing, and if you don't give, you end up burning out. And a bicycle, when you're going uphill, it's difficult. Going downhill, it's easy. And when you stand still, you'll always fall. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I built up this conversation this morning. I said you were a prodigy in Israeli tech. He hates it, he hates it. What am I gonna tell you, man? Listen, how long have you been in tech? First of all, who are you?
Are you filming right now?
I am right now. Who are you?
My name is Ben. I'm 24. Living in San Francisco right now. But
Wait, slow down, slow. You're 24 years old. Okay, you are like, honestly, we have to work on this. You're way too humble, man. I'm serious.
You're too humble.
No, I'm too humble. No one's ever told me that before.
Fine, maybe not.
No, I'm serious, man. You're too, because you have one of the best names out there, because you've been building companies. And we don't want to talk about, you know, how many companies you've built or how many were success. It doesn't matter. You've been building companies since you were how old? You've been an entrepreneur since you were how old?
Well, I wouldn't call them companies. I'd call them more side projects. And I built a lot of side projects. And
you know what kind of companies have been built as side projects?
What?
Should we go there? Do you know how many big companies have been built as side projects?
Yeah, but I haven't built a big company. I want to one day.
It's too humble, I told you. All right, when did you start though?
So, I mean, I've been just, like I said, building a lot of projects. One thing I've been really proud of that I've done a lot of is just building up different communities communities and kind of helpful, valuable projects that weren't necessarily for profit. And especially in Israel, I've done a lot of that, like building up the product on Israel community, building up On Deck in Israel.
I want to talk about all these
Startup
things.
Nation, the book, all those things.
Right, you
the
managed
Facebook page and kind of social presence.
Love it. How old were you when you started your first side project?
My first thing was selling stuff on eBay, which was when I was 14, and I was actually selling a lot of camera equipment.
Do you or do you not realize that that is not like a normal thing?
I've heard a lot of people who have started by selling camera equipment in high school. Not camera equipment, stuff on eBay. That's a pretty common.
The fact that
I got into blogging pretty early. Kind of from there, I started blogging a lot, and I ended up like guest posting for TechCrunch and Mashable and all of that. That's probably when I think I DM'd you early on.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I think I saw you on Mashable, and I was moving to Israel, and I was like, oh, I've been doing that too.
Oh, nice.
And that's kind of how I got started.
That was like
blogging.
easily like 7 years ago, probably, or 6 or 7 years ago, I think, probably.
Yeah.
When we connected originally.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me. All right, so now you named some names. You said On Deck. You said Product Hunt. You said Startup Nation. You said any other projects you were involved in?
I was in the Army for a few years, which was,
Were you in like
not for profit. Yeah, I was in intelligence. I was doing a lot of stuff there. Also, like I actually started a newsletter there called Startup Peace Team, which was like kind of the only tech-related newsletter inside the Army.
You can't stop creating, can you?
Well, I mean, it's fun. That was especially fun just because like there was such a need for it. And I mean, today there are 4,000 soldiers on that, and we've brought like. Were you there? Yeah, you should come one day.
Where?
I'll get you. Speak at our base. You speak to like 300 soldiers. They're all so hungry to like build stuff. All 8,200.
8,200.
We had Michael Eisenberg speak there.
I think I saw a picture of that on Facebook.
Yeah.
8,200, by the way, I talked about it before, is the kind of unit in the Army where it's kind of default for Israeli entrepreneurs to say, I come from 8,200. It's it's that unit in the Army where all the entrepreneurs come from. Just gonna give you context. You are temporarily out of Israel.
Temporarily.
In San Francisco. What are you doing now?
Yeah. So I'm at a startup called Spoke. I joined about 7 months ago, and we're building like what's called what we're calling a smart internal help desk. And the idea is it's a platform for managing tickets inside of companies. So anytime someone has a question inside of their company, usually like larger companies, how do I connect to the VPN, or my computer is broken, or there's no food in the kitchen. Normally you'll go through a ticketing system, which generally is not the best piece of software. Maybe you've heard of like Jira Service Desk or ServiceNow, things like that.
Yes.
And so we're building kind of a consumerized version of the service desk. And the idea is it connects to Slack through you can access it through texting, through email, and it makes the idea is it unlocks knowledge. It unlocks knowledge inside of companies and makes them so much more efficient when you have questions and
You've said this before. I've said this before, and I think you would agree with this statement. The sexiest companies today are companies that take things that are old, undisrupted. Is that a word? Undisrupted? I don't think so. Not disrupted, not modernized, just stale, boring, and gives me a headache to think of. Things like insurance, communication, transportation, hospitality, and internal ticketing.
Like, it's a huge market. If you've seen like ServiceNow, that's a $20 billion company. They're a ticketing company. There's a bunch of these companies out there. They make not the best software in the world. They've been around forever, and we're kind of on a mission to displace them.
Amazing. And your product is mobile friendly. Is it an app?
It's not an app, but it connects to Slack, which is where people work today. You can text Spoke. You can access it obviously from your phone.
So it's kind of like platform agnostic.
Exactly. The idea is anytime you have a question or an issue, anytime that arises, you just go wherever you are. So whether it's in Slack, whether it's a text, whether it's an email, no Messenger, because people don't I feel like people at larger companies maybe separate that a bit more.
Although David Marcus is working to kind of bridge that gap.
Oh no, I'm sure we'll get there. But we're very focused on on Slack, the Slacks and HipChat, and eventually Google Hangouts, and kind of the places where people really are working today. And
so you guys are a super hot tech company in the Valley.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to tell too much about the company. Super early.
Yeah. Well, you'll hear in.
Can we say big news coming soon?
Yeah. Pretty soon.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about that. But how many people in the company? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we're 20 people.
20 people. And you joined?
Yeah, I joined. We were like 8 or 9 people.
Like how long ago?
6 months ago.
6 months ago, you doubled, and 2.5 times the size of the company in 6 months.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
I mean, the team is fantastic. The founders are unbelievable. Like, I'm privileged to work with them and learn from them. Jay, Dave, and Pratyush.
What's their background in like 2 seconds?
They were at well, not all of them, but a few, I think Jay and Pertush were at Zynga a while back. They started a company called Purify before, which they sold to Google. All three of them were at Google for a while, and then they left to start this company.
So they know what they're doing.
They definitely know what they're doing.
How did you connect with them?
I connected with them, I'm not sure, I don't remember. I was kind of figuring out like what to do next and just talking to tons of people.
All right, listen, man, first of all, you having a good time?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, learning a lot.
But on the camera, I need your word right now. You're not getting stuck there. You're coming back.
I'm not getting stuck.
Israel needs people like you here.
Yeah, every time I'm back, I know I have to come back.
I'm happy to hear that.
Tel Aviv.
All right, well, I'm gonna come visit you in the Valley in November and hopefully meet your founders because they sound like pretty remarkable people.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, man. Oh, you should. Let me get this swag that you brought me. We got some. All right, AskSpoke.com. I like it. That's kind of, I've seen a lot of those Ask domains.
Yeah. Well, we'll get Spoke.com at some point.
Oh, really? You think so?
Oh, one day.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. All right, man. Well, good luck, and as always, let me know if I can help. I know you're a big fan of helping also, so let me just extend that offer to you. If I can help you in any way, let me know. And yeah, we're going to meet Marina now after this. Marina's coming here, so you guys can catch up. I know you guys go way back as well. And yeah, just stay in touch, man. Definitely keep coming to visit, but aim to come back soon because we don't like the escape of the mines.
I'll be back.
Excellent, man. Thanks. How long do we know each other?
We've known each other maybe 5-6 years.
That's it? I feel like much longer than that. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Marina Boykas.
That's it?
That's it. I live in Israel.
You're the one. First of all, this camera's really annoying me. I don't know why it's like not standing still. Hold on a minute. You're not Marina Boykas. You're the Marina Boykas.
I'm the Marina Boykas.
We gotta work on you a little bit. The problem is I'm meeting all these humble people today. First Ben Lang, and he's like, I'm Ben. I'm like, you're not just Ben. You're like a prodigy, like Ben Lang. So you're the Marina Boykas.
The Marina
No, we
Boykas.
gotta work on that. So from now on, someone says, who are you? Say, I'm the Marina Boykas.
I'm the Marina Boykas.
Okay, so give me your background a little bit.
So I grew up in the States.
Where?
Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
So random, okay.
It is. And then I made Aliyah about 7.5 years ago.
And good move, bad move?
Great move.
Yes.
I love living here.
I was afraid to ask that question. I know where you want to go with that. Okay, yeah, cool.
Since then, I've built a family here, and I've done a lot of really cool things in the tech space here. So I worked for a startup called Billguard.
Amazing.
There had a lot of great marketing
Love that
experience.
company. Love the founders, love the company. Super early to the fintech kind of world. Now it's like everyone's doing fintech, but back then, is that true?
We did a lot of cool stuff, and we made fintech beautiful.
Was it early? What's early in the
It
fintech
was,
game? I think it was
I think
early.
Mint was early, and then we came and we brought a really beautiful fintech product out there.
What did you do at Billguard?
Okay, so at Billguard, I worked on a lot of different marketing campaigns. So that was launching a product, so it was doing PR, building a community.
Data driven though.
It was all data driven.
So that is very unique in Israel and in general in marketing. I don't know whether or not you know that.
Yeah, I do. So for example, we ran a really great campaign during this peak, during the peak time of the year when people would be most interested in finance, and we pulled user data and then showcased that to them in like a really fun, emotional way, and it had a huge reaction from our user base, and that helped us really grow our community.
With the phone calls, what's the deal?
So then I'm at Billguard doing a lot of great things, and at that time, the Israel Defense Forces recruited me to manage their digital department.
I love how you say that like it's a normal thing. The Israel Defense Forces recruited me like they just go and recruit everyone. That's a big freaking deal.
It was a really great opportunity, and so there.
Do you drink coffee?
I do. I just had some coffee.
Do you really? Because you're very like mellow. I don't know. You like so mellow. Maybe it's the two
I
Red Bulls I had
meditated
today.
this morning.
Did you really?
Yes.
You're one of those? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so you work with Peter.
So I worked with Peter Lerner.
Peter Lerner, a legend. Like, quite literally, you know, we say the word legend a lot in tech, but he's actually a legend. Like, the guy managed all of the messaging and PR and media relations for the IDF. I can't think of a harder job than that, and he did a phenomenal job at it. I love the guy.
Phenomenal job.
Huge fan. Okay. So what'd you do for him?
So what did I do? So he wanted us to reach out to new audiences. So what I did was I helped a team of 20 start creating content that resonated much more with people who weren't like crazy gung-ho IDF fans. We reached out to new audiences and helped them connect to the IDF by making the content more real and authentic, doubling our reach and reaching crazy organic numbers all for free on
Like, what kind of numbers? Give me some.
like one of our posts reached 6 million people.
That's quite a symbolic number.
Yeah. So
6 million.
and then we doubled our reach and we were consistently reaching non-fans
You know what I mean
all
by
over the
that.
world.
That didn't go over
Yeah,
there. 6 million.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, Sorry.
Holocaust.
Yeah, Holocaust. You know,
My grandparents also survived the Holocaust.
we're not going to talk about the Holocaust.
Okay,
It's too early in the
let's
morning.
not talk
But
about it.
we should mention
Okay.
that Nazis went up to power in Germany, or they're like lead the opposition in Germany today in 2017. I'm just saying, I'm just going to put that out there. It's very, very sad and tragic. Please continue.
Okay, so while I'm at the IDF, I learned a huge marketing lesson, which was if you sit and test different creative, you'll be able to hit crazy numbers for your KPIs.
You mean content works?
Meaning content works. Content that's spiced with like a good emotional appeal to it.
Love it.
Okay, but getting that right takes time and testing. Okay, but if you set up the right framework and you have the right team, you can really get to amazing results, which
Okay,
is what we achieved.
then today?
Okay, so after I experienced that, I started being recruited to go back into tech. And as I was being interviewed at pretty awesome companies here, I started seeing that the people that I was meeting with haven't learned kind of the lesson that I had learned in the IDF, was that their content's a little stale, and they don't understand why their numbers aren't as high as they want them to be. And I quickly just felt the need in the market for a creative agency that could help companies get better ROI on their lead offers.
But two things I want to say. Number one, if I were to end this interview right now, people would think you're just like another creative agency. You're not, for two reasons.
not.
Number one, because you work with Jonathan Kahn, who I love the guy.
He's
Super
the most
creative.
creative person in Israel.
Worked at Wix. Wow, that is quite an endorsement from Marina Boykas.
It's a crazy endorsement, but
Okay.
I stand by my endorsement.
Okay, love that. So he's super creative, he's awesome, great beard, fine. Second thing is that you guys are actually targeting a stage in the funnel that nobody else is targeting. Explain that.
Okay, so today, most ad tech companies and most ad agencies will show you an ad like this. Most people today in Israel are showing these types of offers. This is an offer asking me to rent a space in WeWork. Okay? It's a great ad.
We like WeWork and we're sitting in WeWork right now.
I love WeWork.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan.
Okay.
Shout out to Ron Gora. But what WeWork should do before showing me this great ad is they get higher results if they first warmed me up and got me excited about renting a space. How do you warm up a prospect like me or like Hillel to get us to actually rent a space?
Me, it's easy. Just show me steak.
Exactly. So what we could do is you could have someone like Hillel walk into, be working from a really boring, crappy office, and then suddenly, ta-da! And then there's a beautiful office space of WeWork with all the people and the glass, and Hillel's socializing.
Get my heart pounding a little.
And there's steak. He's having his lunch with people,
Tech
right?
toys.
People are coming in. He's taking selfies. So yeah, so that's happening at WeWork.
Shout out to the
right?
vlog, please. Come on, I'm vlogging. Yeah, go on.
So that type of video, run that video, and then follow up with an offer, and you're going to see higher numbers in the rest of your funnel.
So it's pre-conversion.
So it's warm-up campaigns.
Love it. Is that a thing, by the way?
It's called demand generation campaigns, but no one in Israel understands what that is. So the way to think about that is like a sidekick campaign or warm-up campaign that warms up your prospects to your offers.
Okay, who's your target?
Ad tech companies and agencies that are looking for higher ROIs on their ad
That's everyone.
campaigns.
Everyone who's not looking for higher ROI.
That's true.
Right? So give me your website. Plug your website right now. What's your website?
jmconsulting.pro.
JM?
JM. Consulting.pro.
Wait, what's JM?
Jonathan Marina.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I need another coffee. I'm thinking Marina. What's JM? Okay, jmconsulting.pro.
Pro.
That is quite a domain. I think we gotta work on that.
We're working on it. We're doing a rebranding right now.
Okay, good. Because it doesn't resonate.
But
It doesn't make me feel.
you're right. It doesn't make you
dry.
feel anything. It's boring as
Oh, there are kids watching. Beep that out, Joseph.
It's pretty boring, but we're working on a rebranding because we've been busy helping several clients right now, so we haven't done our own branding.
It's like the
Sedlau Olech.
how do you say it in English?
The shoemaker goes
barefoot. Is that a thing in English? I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty awesome. I've known Marina, I know John for a long time. At the end of the day, you need to talk to these guys if you're in ad space, if you're running campaigns, and you lack creativity, you lack creative, you lack emotion, sentiment. This is something I always talk about. This is why I do the blogging thing and the vlogging thing, because vlogging. Why did I start vlogging? Because I always said there's so much talk about Israeli tech, so much talk about startup nation, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, if I'm in Silicon Valley, I don't know the people, right? I read about these people. I've heard the name Michael Eisenberg. I've heard the name Chemi Paris. I've heard the name Danny Cohen. I've heard these names. Who are they? How do I get to know them? How do I see their face? How do I know emotionally who they are? Only video. So I'm a big fan of emotion and content and kind of sentiment.
So Hillel and I were talking about what's the difference between blogging versus what we do. So blogging is a great way to kind of build the blog of your thought leadership every day. So every day you're building out a little blog. What we do is we give you a nice solid campaign that you can run for the long term. You do it once, you run it, and then you can run a lot of different things over that. So it's an investment that you make in your funnel, and that's why it's like first touch marketing campaign.
So you're just getting started, though, right? You're pretty early on
We're
in the
just
company.
getting started.
pretty
We have
awesome.
some great clients that we're working with.
Amazing.
We'd love to help.
jmconsulting.pro.
Yes.
Boom. Good luck.
Or reach out to me.
That was a very awkward fist bump. Can you try the other hand?
Yeah.
There you go. Much better. All right. Well, it's good to catch up. Let's not wait like another year. And bring John next time. I like to admire his beard. All right. Cool.
Sounds
Thanks,
great.
Elena.
Jonathan says hi.
Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
Just consumed an insane amount of cow. I gotta set myself a reminder, take a picture or a video of the steak before I eat it. I always forget. First world problems. It was a long but exciting day. Heading to Herzliya tomorrow to prove, and to Herbert Samuel for a really great meeting. But I thought I'd end this day by showing you the amazing sky. See you tomorrow.